Alright everyone, today we have the LEGO Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, super awesome. We've also got, of course, Alan Grant, really great to have him as a Jurassic Park 3 minifigure, and my first Brennan figure, super awesome. And here we've got the whole collection of comparisons we'll be doing, and stick around, we'll be comparing the Spinosaurus to a sauropod. Spoilers, it is incredibly huge next to it. So as you can see right here, we've got all the main things. And it starts to make sense why this figure is brick built. It is so it can tower over these other molded ones. Because if this JP3 Spino was a molded one, it would not be this big. And I'm quite thankful it is this big because it's such an awesome creature and it deserves this recognition. But you can see it next to everything. Even Giga, that's meant to be bigger than most of them, is not as big as this Spino. So it's just absolutely amazing, and it makes sense when you compare it next to Rebirth Spino. It's 100% meant to be bigger than the Rebirth Spino. Come on, it's so cool. And then you see the Brickbuilt T-Rex. It is such an upgrade compared to the Brickbuilt T-Rex, whereas the, Brickbuilt T-Rex only had tiny grabber claws. This one's got actual real black sharp claws. It's super awesome. Here it is next to Mosasaurus. It's pretty long too, I won't lie. It's longer than the Rebirth Spino, but it still is just shorter than this Rebirth Mosasaurus. So there is that. But I mean, come on. Why would it be as long as a Mosasaurus? That wouldn't make too much sense. I still think it's incredible. When I build the the molded Mosasaurus, not tomorrow, but the day after, I'll make sure to do a comparison and see, is it as long as the molded Mosa? Because I do believe that's slightly shorter than the brick-built Mosa. At least that's what Lego Stop Motion showed me. So, yeah, this just looks super awesome. And yeah, make sure to stick around because tomorrow we'll be checking out the babies. So, I'll include both the Dominion set with Owen and Kayla, and I'll combine it with the brick-built Pteranodon, most likely. And I might decide to build the Triceratops fossil skeleton tomorrow. So, maybe we'll combine all three of those sets into one. And then we'll save the best for last, the Mosasaurus set. And here it is. Next to Titanosaurus, look at that immense size. It goes taller than the Titanosaurus. Obviously, in default state, it's not taller than Titanosaurus, but when it reaches its peak, it is taller than a sauropod, which is absolutely insane. Could you imagine that in Rebirth? That JP3 Spino just being that big? But yeah, here's all my JP3 things. Pteranodon, and then the Velociraptors, because, Rebirth Raptors, they had their quills like the JP3 ones, and Ghost Atrociraptor. I mean, it's kind of been confirmed, almost semi at this point, that it uses JP3 female raptor DNA. But yeah, there's Alan Grant looking amazing. Super glad we have him as a JP3 minifigure. I think it was pretty neat to get him after all that's been going on. And that egg as well. It's cool to get an official Velociraptor JP3 thing, even if it is just an egg. And Billy Brennan, I absolutely love that I finally own a Billy Brennan figure. But yeah, here is the egg. It's got its two little claws. It is actually unique. There is another Lego egg with an eye sticking out for a dinosaur. That doesn't have claws, but that one does. So it's really cool. And here, we'll have it compared to... So I believe I've made 3 thumbnails for this. It'll be JP3 Spinosaurus going against the bull, JP3 Spinosaurus going against the brown Brickbuilt T-Rex, and JP3 Spinosaurus going against the Rebirth Spinosaurus. So we'll see which one performs better. And yeah, so we'll do it all here. Which one do you guys like more? Let me know in the comments. Do you like seeing the green T-Rex versing the Spino, even though it's a bit off because, one's molded, one's brick-built? Or do you like the brick-built T-Rex going against the brick-built Spino? Because they both work, except the only problem is the T-Rex isn't green. Or do you like seeing the two Spinos together as they should be? And you get to see just how different the JP3 Spinosaurus is with that size. I just love it that they genuinely recognize that. Even though with some things like Titanosaurus, the size is incredibly off. But I guess if you have it in default state, it's not too bad. It is pretty awesome. And yeah, I am very excited to see how the Mosasaurus, the blue one, compares with all of this. Can't wait to put it amongst the collection. This is where... What you're seeing right now is where all of my new sets are going to go. So if I ever do future unboxings, although I don't know if I will, like one of the last ones I'll probably do is having collection muted on when that arrives in September. Besides that, I pretty much have everything I want in my collection. So that is just, super awesome that after all these years, I finally have every species. And really, the characters they added in LEGO this year just topped it all off. We all wanted JP3 Spino, we wanted Junior, we wanted Mosa. Those are the main dinos, and they just helped to finish that collection. All that's really needed, I guess, is like D-Rex and Mutadons maybe. So hopefully we see them in the future. And I am willing to wait another 5 years to see if Jurassic Park 30th anniversary gives us Spinosaurus. I mean, they put the poop. They put the poop that it sniffs in there. I'll show you guys later, but it's got the whole phone feature and everything. But these fences, they're pretty cool. The Spino can burst out them like it does in the movie. I'm not the biggest fan of the fences because they're not movie accurate. They don't have the grey metallic color scheme. But oh well, what can you do? You can tell what it's meant to represent, I guess. I don't like the LEGO Jurassic Park logo when it should be Jurassic Park 3. Show some love to this movie, please. But this is cool. It kind of flings them apart, the things, and you can hold them there so it looks like Spinosaurus is bursting out in through it, so it can look like a display piece almost, and it looks just super awesome. But here's the poo. It's like, oh my gosh, they did it, but there's no Strato. Please, if you're gonna do the poo scene from Jurassic Park 3 with the phone, please add Strato. And funnily enough, everything in this set that it represents was not in the LEGO Jurassic World, the game thing, you know, in the Jurassic Park 3 segment. They didn't have Spino rushing through gates. They replaced it with some sleeping segment where the Spino is sleeping in a hammock. And then they didn't have the poo scene. They're like, yeah, no, we're not going to do Stratosaurus, even though it will be an easy T-Rex remodel. We'll instead add Troodon to the game. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that LEGO Jurassic Park logo. I do wish it were Jurassic Park 3. But oh well, what can you do? Hopefully, you know, people buy this set and LEGO realizes, oh my gosh, people actually do want a Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. But yeah, that's about it. We're going to just speed build through the set. You're going to get to see, you know, if you're curious how it goes, keep on watching. Otherwise, comment below what your favorite part was, like, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.